tomorrow? Would he even be ready for a Merseyside derby if international clearance comes through? And what do you think he will bring to the club through his loan spell, but possibly beyond that as well?
First of all, I was really happy about this transfer. My information is I will not happen until tomorrow, so the international clearance. We all hope it. He will be fine for Napoli. What does he bring? He's a really good footballer. I think we agree all on that. And had a very exciting career already, and still pretty young. So actually in the best age for a footballer, or coming in the best age for a footballer. And yeah, it's just he gives rhythm. He can give rhythm. He's a really good passer. He's with the ball, has speed with the ball, safe on the ball, and can, how I said, can demand rhythm, which is pretty important. Really good in tight areas, can keep, and that's all these kind of things. So I like it a lot. And now, of course, it's like this. Why can you loan a player like this? Because it didn't work out 100% at Juventus, but I see that rather as a positive, because the potential is for sure still there. We play obviously different to Juve, and we all thought that could fit pretty well. So that's why I'm really pleased.
Also looking ahead to tomorrow, what has Jordan Henderson's scan revealed about the extent of his hamstring injury?
Nothing yet. Still waiting for the result. To be honest, it was now only 12:30 or so, and I asked before I came here. Didn't get a result yet.
Does that mean he's out though?
Yeah. Right, he's definitely out. He's injured, but the extent, I don't know.
And Darwin Núñez obviously is available again after suspension. Given the nature of Merseyside derbies, what do you weigh up when deciding whether or not to bring him straight back into the starting lineup? Just thinking of the nature of his sending off, and obviously we know what Merseyside derbies are like in terms of the intensity, etc. So, what comes into your thinking when you decide to bring him back?
Now I got it. Yeah, when it was clear his 3 games, which was pretty clear, then we thought, oh, the first game we can play again is the derby. So if he wouldn't have the red card in 3 games ago, then he probably would have had now. But now he learned the lesson. So he's in really good shape. If you look how we came through this now with the last two games winning, we don't see it as a bad thing. So at the time he was out because we used it with him. We tried to give him some extra input, physically as well as tactically. Looks really settled now, even more than before. Had really good last week. So yeah. What we will make of it, you have to wait until tomorrow. So we have first time. Diogo probably will be in as well. He trained yesterday with the team first time. He will train today. You have to make a decision. Does it make sense that we involve him already or not? But if, then it's the first time that we have 5 attackers. Sounds like Christmas. So and yeah. That's it. So about lineup, I will not speak, but we will make changes. We will see.
I know we've spoken in the past about Roberto Firmino and all the work he does in general, rather than just the goals that he gets. But it's 3-2 for him now, which takes him up to 100 for Liverpool as well. Is that been coincidental with the new faces arriving, or is that something that you've adopted that brought him those?
No, look, that was the other. That was, if you want, the other little benefit that of the suspension, that Bobby just, however he would have played. So and timing was perfect. Finding his real shape, because he played obviously exceptional. I said before, I liked a lot of the Man United game, even not a lot of people maybe agree with me on that. But then obviously Bournemouth, and now again really important for us the way he plays, and that's why it's the Bobby we know. You cannot score 100 goals if you have a lot of downs. But if you have a lot of ups, it's maybe possible, and that's why he has reached this number, which is pretty special. Really happy for him. Could see he got here in this room. He got his shirt with a 100. the applause of the guys was nearly as loud as when we scored a 2-1 against Newcastle. Obviously, everybody thinks is really happy for him, and yeah, it's good.
And just in terms of Everton as well, Liverpool haven't lost there since 2010 at Goodison Park, but 8 out of the last 10 there have been draws. What does that say about the nature?
Tight game. They were pretty much all, most of the time, really tight. In the games we won one with the Sadio Mane goal, I think 90th minute. It's a big fight. We cannot ignore that, but you have to play football as well. And that's the challenge. That's all. From this point of view, I really think the Newcastle game was a perfect preparation, because the game was super intense, and showed us what we will have to expect. Even if somebody might not know it yet, then he knows it after Wednesday. And yeah, so yeah, since 2016, and probably, I'm not sure, we had my first half year Merseyside derby there. Last few years I'm involved in most of these draws, and the games were still all different, just intense, a lot of fight, and the more you can put in football as well in between these fighting moments, the more likely you can get more from the game, but that's obviously a real challenge.
Thank you.
Is Nunes looking forward to making or to being available again? And
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think that you say he's more settled, he's has time to reflect and to get going again.
No, he's really happy that he's back, that he's not suspended anymore, because I gave him for the time now. Always when I gave him high five, I gave him a slap in his neck as well. Just that he doesn't forget. Yeah, that can stop now. Yeah, he's looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure. So the English didn't improve as much in this 10, 15 days, whatever it was. So I don't know exactly, but he looks like.
Okay, and I just want to ask a little bit more on sort of the injuries and the players. I just wondered what with Naby Keita. First of all, you were saying it was sickness. Then he had a thigh muscle injury. Do we have any sort of timeline to when he would be back, or what exactly the problem is?
It's a muscle injury.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a muscle injury. We didn't say that yet. We don't give. Oh, sorry. Is a secret. Yeah, for him, muscle injury. Ox is a muscle injury, and obviously for the and they will be out for a while. So and Hendo we don't know yet.
Was you on the bench?
Yeah. Calvin Ramsey is still out, but really getting closer and closer. For him, it was something with his back, something to do with the age and growing and these kind of things. So he didn't train now properly with us yet, but he gets closer. And I think, sorry? Thiago, yeah. But Thiago is the closest from all. I think, start of the week, next week he will be in team training.
And you've mentioned Konate, I think, haven't you?
Ibu. Wow, we've still a lot of injuries. Yeah, but Ibu is not too far away. Ibu, in and around the international break, he will be back in training.
Your team's always had that huge desire to win and
Thank
go to
you.
the final minutes. How good is it to see someone like Fabio and Harvey Elliott also having that eagerness to go fighting for the last minute, the 98th minute kind of thing? It's so good that they're young, but they've already got that in them.
Yeah, I would say in the stadium it's pretty difficult not to be like this, to be honest, because you could see the moment especially when we scored the equalizer, the noise level increased immediately, and then we all pulled in really one direction, which was really great to see again. It's I like the atmosphere obviously in the Bournemouth game, but this atmosphere is much more what you want to have, and so that's absolutely great. Yeah. It's their character. So both are footballers through and through, like with all you want. Like and obviously they want to win. That's clear. and without being already a lot of like vocal on the pitch or whatever, but they lead in these moments with the ball on their feet, which is pretty important. And of course, it's, I said after the game, Harvey was best player on the pitch that night, which is pretty impressive for his age. It doesn't happen now constantly in world football. And the impact of Fabio since he's here and when he came on was always there in all games. Was in the first game against City already, and so that's because of them. They're just real footballers.
And they've both got that temperament as well to go into the next two games, which are going to have a colder of atmosphere at Goodison Park and Napoli as well.
Yeah, Napoli is far away, but yeah, they probably have. That's clear.
Any more for the open section before we move on?